Welcome to Orth Plays Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Am. When last we left off, we had just rescued the Drow fairy from I am unsure how to pronounce her name. I will think about it some more when we next see it spelled out, but... there. Fey Ray is the way I'm going with.
I'm listening.
And Aerie got mind controlled by an illithid, which nearly led to her getting chopped up by Solofine, but we return successful. And I'm staying away from the Suburban village now because I don't want to gratuitously scare the Suburban. And hopefully we'll get a chance to rest soon.
You must gather your party before
I do what I must, when I must. Know this well.
Okay.
A dank pool of base corruption, if ever there was one. Were it not for the Order, the gods would surely smite man for such sins.
I do not quite think this city is typical of humanity, Anomen.
Do as the matron's order and live.
Do not question the matron mothers.
I'm on it.
Do not question the matron mothers.
I also have to wonder how that pun works in the Drow language, which is getting magically translated for us, but...
It is you again.
A few days. Okay, then.
That best surfacer is a dead surfacer.
then.
To walk apart from house and queens, to walk into the grave.
Already heard that from Adelon. Okay then.
Do not question the matron mothers.
Okay then.
Victory for the Spider Queen.
You have my attention. Got it.
I don't actually know if there's a restriction on bringing more than one person into the pit, but I am not going to attempt to do so anyway. Whether or not it is prevented by the game, it is certainly contrary to the spirit of what Zordon described.
Walk apart from house and queens, to walk.
Indeed.
Through destiny and might, we shall rule supreme.
A demon. Okay.
At her command.
Now I remember why traveling with you was always so much fun.
Now I need this ring, Moen.
Victory for the Spider Queen.
Okay then. Any moat in it now? is finally. Of course, I am immune to most of the Beholder's rays because of the Cloak of Mirroring.
The best surfacer is a dead surfacer. To walk apart from house and queen is to walk into the grave.
Indeed.
In the name of Lu, the Drow. The Drow.
His weapon does fire damage, I say.
The Drow rule supreme.
I suspect the outcome of that fight is scripted.
Do not question the matron mothers. The Drow rule supreme.
No, not all of us, just me.
I'll handle it. Stand back for justice! I'm listening.
Do not question the matron mothers.
You have my ready.
Oh, glory for the Dark Mother!
I seem to be stuck in here. That's very much not good. Well,
You point, I punch.
since I would presumably be teleported into the pit, it might not be a real problem. I'd rather have this sword identified if possible first, though. Can I? Good. I can toss it to everyone from there. And she cannot identify it on sight. But she can use... Ah. What's my bastard sword skeleton? What's my axe skeleton? That's what I should say. I am equally skilled in both, so I do not actually have a reason to switch to using this bastard sword. Although, if I do, Minsk can use Frost Reaver and not be using the Mace of Disruption against non-undead. So, there. Anyway.
Swords, not words!
We're not during combat.
See battle bow, run, bow, run!
Okay then.
Do not question the matron mothers.
I can't see me. What?
Orders? What?
It seemingly doesn't recognize that I am no longer fighting Lasauer. Okay, see if it works now.
The path to supremacy for a male
Yes,
lies
good.
either in the bedchamber or the use of the matrons.
Here I come.
Well, that was expected. Good. Let's see here. Unlike Lasarana, she was not smart enough to solve it. And that time it transported me out. Good.
To walk apart from house and queens, to walk into the grave.
Not yet. Let's see.
I await your need.
At your order.
Yeah, Aerie, you should do this one wearing that helmet, and most importantly, wearing the cloak of mirroring. Possibly you should also use the staff of the Magi.
What is it now?
There.
I'll help however I can.
I'm listening.
At your
Got
command.
my attention.
Aerie is
What can I
not
do?
visible, I see.
You have my attention.
Let's try
I'm
now.
on it.
Question the matron mothers.
This is a lot more exciting than any circus. I won't let my friends be hurt.
Is her Thaco better than Immerman's? It should be. Base Thaco 14, Thaco 6. Base Thaco 15, Thaco 6. But yes, her base Thaco is better. fight over, except there's still an all elite in the pit.
The path to supremacy for a mayor lies either in the bedchamber or the books of the matrons.
I'll do my best.
Okay, actually... Yeah, let's... take this wand, Aerie. And then... So much for the summons. And ammo unleveled. And now has an 8th level spell. Nice.
To walk apart from house and queen is to walk into the grave.
You need something? If you're sure.
Heck, it can see her despite her being invisible. That is a problem I was not necessarily prepared for. Well, there is something I can do, even if it hurts.
I don't like the looks of this. Oh my!
Okay, good. Aerie doesn't seem to have lost any magic item charges to the niche. Staff of the Magi dispels at quite a powerful level. This Drow does not seem to need to follow one spell per round rules, but that doesn't matter when none of the spells she casts will affect Aerie anyway. She can hit on an 18. Of course, Aerie can heal herself if she needs to, and she doesn't need to.
I shall go forth at your command.
I'm listening.
At your command.
No more. Aerie is the wizard champion of Drow pit fighting. And Zolafine and Fairy have not left yet, so let's see what's up these stairs.
You must gather your party before venturing. I'm on it.
Loath be praised. All victory is her doing.
Interesting. Wonder why.
Do not question the matron mothers.
Loath be praised.
The best surfacer is a dead surfacer.
Do as the matron's order and live.
Minsk should be wearing the Ring of Regeneration.
All glory for the Dark Mother.
House Dever. Viconia's house. can't talk to the other two. Don't think I want to find out what that one's doing. Somehow.
Got it.
The bartender. So yes, I can potentially prepare spells here.
I'll help however I can.
Something up?
You have my attention. I'll handle it.
To walk apart from house and queens, to walk into the grave.
Slave explosion runes. That's what that one down there was doing. So yeah, don't want any part of that. You can only get a royal quality room here.
So, you are awake at last. I have been watching you sleep for some time now. It calms me watching you, and it gave me time to think.
Okay then. Oh, we can identify things now. By which I mean, well, me and also Imoen and Aerie. What do we have that needs to be identified? 4 long swords. For sale, almost certainly. So, things we might actually use go first. This and this. This and this. This and this. This and this. That's enough to fill my inventory. Check if Imoen can identify more things that she couldn't before first, since she leveled. Not that. Ah. That is a mace that Minsk would likely be using now if he didn't have Stone, Fire, and Frost River. But, yes, that is the use I have for it right now. Where are Anoman's proficiency points? Warhammer Mace. He's better at using a mace than a Warhammer, so yes. This is what goes in his outfit now. Which means he won't be keeping his sling equipped anymore. Bracers of armor class 4. Yeah, as long as Imoen is wearing the bracers of archery, I don't have a use for protective bracers, so not yet anyway. Ah, Now that's quite a sling. But the sling Jaheira got from a bonus merchant is better. So this goes to Aerie, for whom it is an upgrade. And that goes to Anoman, who will quite possibly never use it. Well, that is quite possibly useful to me more so than these gloves of healing, which I have never yet used, but which Minsk can wear. Amulet of spell warding. Definitely not useless. And I meant to switch these rings to Imoen before we rested. Oops. Oh well, tomorrow night. If I remember then, which hopefully I will. And Imoen's out of spells. Identify spells, that is. Both swords that would have been worth using quite a while ago now, but which I am not going to be using now. This is cursed. It is a spear that would never be worth using. So, first I check jewelry. Yes, these two things need to be identified. I can identify that one on site now. It's a ring of fire control. Well. Yes, I'll wear that in place of the ring of earth control. And what's this amulet? Useful against the Illithid, who I am likely past needing to worry that much about. So now, some of these less likely to be used things, like that sword, that rod, this harp, the quarterstaff. The parts can stay unidentified for now. This halberd. The drow pieces I'm going to need to have identified before I leave the Underdark, or they'll turn into dust. And then not be sellable. Aerie is out of identify spells as well. So, I can identify three of these things with my glasses. Dispel hold, only usable by bards, which... Or is it only usable by bards? I can equip it. Well, not real likely to use it anyway, I'm afraid. none of us here are likely to ever use that. So how many charges does this have? Is my question.
Time to move?
1. So, yeah, that gets sold before it gets used. And more things we will identify after resting again. But Solarfine and Fairy have left, so we can move on. Next time. Right now, I'm wrapping up this video here. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.